All right. Hey, everyone. In our last class, we really got into the exciting part, the big ideas. But today, we're going to get practical. I want to give you an essential framework, a blueprint that you can use for your business plans to test if that amazing idea you have can actually become a real, sustainable business.
So let's just start with the biggest question of all. You've got this brilliant idea, something you're passionate about. But is it a cool project or is it a viable company? Figuring that out is the absolute first step in turning your vision into something real.
So here's how we're going to break it down today. First, we'll nail the 3 questions at the core of any business model. Then, we're going to look at the other side of the coin, your costs. After that, we'll talk about how to test your price against reality. And finally, we'll put it all together into one simple formula to see if the whole thing works.
Okay, let's dive right in. We're starting with the absolute bedrock, the foundation of your entire business. Seriously, at the core of every single successful company are 3 simple but incredibly powerful questions. And for your business plan, getting these right is completely non-negotiable. And here they are. Super simple, right? Who pays, how much do they pay, and why do they pay? If you can answer these 3 questions with total, absolute clarity, trust me, you are already way ahead of the game and on the path to building something that can last.
Now, for that first question, who pays? We have to be really precise. Because, and this is a critical distinction, your user is not always your customer. Think about a job platform, for example. The students are the users, right? They're on the platform all the time. But the customers are the companies paying to get access to you. So for your business plan, you have to be crystal clear about who is actually giving you the money. The second question, well, it forces you to get real. How much are they going to pay? And in your business plans, I don't want to see a range or some vague, we'll figure it out later. No, you need a specific number, a price. Just making that one decision forces you to think seriously about the value you're actually creating. So for example, maybe your model is a simple monthly subscription. Or maybe it's a one-time fee for a workshop, or maybe it's a much larger fee for a successful placement. Whatever it is, it needs to be defined and concrete, just like these examples here. And now we get to the absolute heart of it all. Why? Why do they pay? Look, people don't open up their wallets for ideas that are just nice or interesting. They pay money to solve a real, painful, urgent, or expensive problem. The bigger the problem you solve for them, the more they'll be willing to pay you to make it go away. Okay, moving on to part 2. Because bringing in money, the revenue, that's only half the story. A real business has to make more money than it spends. It sounds obvious, but to figure that out, you have to get a really firm grip on your costs. First up, let's talk about fixed costs. The easiest way to think about these is like your company's rent. They're the baseline bills you have to pay every single month, whether you have 1 customer or 1,000. So this is stuff like your software subscriptions, all the tools and platforms you use. It's rent if you have an office. It's salaries for you and your team. And it's your website hosting. These are the costs that are there even if you make 0 sales. Next up, we've got variable costs. Now, these are totally different. These costs are directly tied to your growth. As you get more and more customers, these costs go up right along with them. A perfect example is the money you spend on online ads to get a new customer. Or think about the processing fee that a credit card company takes on every single sale. If you're running a service business, it could even be the amount of your time you spend with each client. The more you grow, the more these costs grow. So, you've gone through the exercises and you've picked a price. You think it's the right one, but how do you actually know? The crucial next step is to test that price against cold, hard reality. How do you find out what people are truly willing to pay? Here are 3 really practical, actionable things you can do. 1, just go talk to your potential customers, ask them straight up. 2, run a small test. Put a real price tag on it, even on a simple landing page, and see if anyone actually buys. People's real behavior is always the best data. And 3, look at what your competitors or any existing alternatives are charging. That gives you a super valuable benchmark. All right, this is where it all comes together. We're now going to combine the revenue side and the cost side into one simple formula. And this formula will tell you, in black and white, if your business model is actually built to last. Let's just run through a quick example to make this super clear. Let's say you've done your research, you've validated your price, and you've set it at 50 francs per customer. That's the cash coming in from one sale. Okay, so from that 50 francs, we immediately subtract the variable costs for that one customer. In our little example here, it costs you 20 francs in things like marketing or fees to get and serve them.
and what's left over is 30 francs. Now this number? This is incredibly important. The official business term for it is your contribution margin. But put simply, it's the profit you make from each customer before you've paid all your other monthly bills.
And this, right here, is the most crucial takeaway from this whole blueprint. Every single 30 francs you get from a customer goes into a big pot of money to pay for your fixed costs, your software, your salaries. Once that pot is full, every single 30 franc contribution after that, that's pure profit. If you can fill that pot and still have cash left over, then congratulations. You have a viable, profitable business.
So please remember this as you're working on your final plans. It's so easy to get obsessed with how clever or new an idea is. But the real strength of a business, the thing that will make it succeed, is the clarity of its model. It's about showing that the fundamental numbers actually work. So I'll leave you with this question to take with you. Use this blueprint, the 3 questions, the costs, the final formula, and apply it really rigorously to your own plan. Do the numbers make sense? Is your business formula truly built to last? This is how you build something sustainable right from day one.